All right, welcome back, everyone. So, last week you had managed to get back to the Shadowfell's version of the guild headquarters after a brief battle. Um, Met a former member of the Crossblades who seemed a bit confused about what was going on. Then you met your contact who worked for Brother Bones, at which point he was able to lead you through the remainder of the town, past some fields where you were able to avoid a fight with some zombies and scarecrows, out into the wilderness where you were able to step through a weakened part between Shadowfell and the material plane before.
Finny?
Actually, yeah, kinda. Before walking out into back into the material plane and finding yourself completely lost in the wilderness somewhere. I believe you then decided to take a long rest until the morning.
We do know that we're west of Boxball, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
That's about all.
You
we know.
suspect as much, yeah.
Yes,
And you had
east.
Yeah. You had also done a quick check of your surrounding areas to see if you saw any landmarks. All you saw were just some like a shortish mountain range that would be a little bit farther, like a few miles to your to the east.
Started with my little eye.
So
Something that begins with M.
Mega Man?
No,
A mountain?
it's mountains again.
so let me take a look here. How far west are we? So we see mountains to the east ish.
Mhm.
I don't know. Nobody's really been in Boxfall, so we'll put it.
I'm just like gonna be finishing some of my updating my character sheet for the level
Okay. Yep.
while we're talking.
Yeah. If everybody.
Oh shit, I gotta do that.
Yep. Just
I just took stock hit points because I need a balance.
It's a bad
Just
roll.
Yeah.
I had like a 4. My
Yeah.
second was like a 4.
I lucked the fuck out. I rolled a 10 on HP last level.
Actually, it was
That's
amusing. For rolling for hit points, yes. Roll. You can take the average, add your con bonus, or you can roll re-rolling ones. Matt, you had rolled a 1, and then
Yes, I rolled a 1 and then I rolled max.
yeah.
I took a feat at level 4.
Okay.
Charger.
Perfect. Oh yeah. What did everybody else do?
Sentinel.
Took Sentinel. Okay. Always a powerful one.
I
That's very
took,
powerful.
instead of a stat double increase, I took a feat and I'm now proficient with heavy armor. I don't have it
Perfect.
yet, but I figure
I
my
get
gear
it.
is low. I'll just.
I can use
another
Kaido's
rage
sheet
this
also for
level.
this, right, Ian? Since I'm controlling Kaido for this.
Well, I mean, yeah. You know, Kaido and Lucian are around.
Oh, I also picked up another spell slot and
Fuck
another
yes.
cantrip, and I picked up Toll the Dead because I can double the targets with necromancy bullshit from being
Oh
a
my
dead
God.
cleric.
That is pretty
This thing is so
powerful.
useful.
It's
Yeah,
also
so
amusing
useful.
that you ring like a little bell at them and then they die.
Ding 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 ding. I'm sure I'll give it some suitably death
So-
neck.
So this is really
imagery.
weird. So Kaido is proficient in survival. Otto isn't, but Otto has a higher score in wisdom, so he's better at survival than a proficient Kaido.
Yeah.
That happens.
He went through college but didn't really pay attention in class.
Look, he knew
Yep.
the C minus is all.
Donato has real life experience.
Yeah.
Also, I
Kai-
picked up.
What was
sorry,
that?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say Kaido knows C's get degrees.
I did pick up a spell, but that might be able to help us right now. However, we're gonna need to get some materials. Anyone here happen to be real good at working, like woodworking or whittling or whatnot?
So this would be survival.
I can talk to animals.
Well, this is actually kind of a stretch.
If you find me a woodworker, I'll steal some wood from him.
Here's the spell.
Okay. Augury. All right,
And
so
what we're
you
going to need to do is make a 25 GP, or find or make a or buy a 25 GP casting set to divine answers with.
yeah. So
So funny. Oh my god.
yeah, something like gem inlaid stones or like really nice tokens or something. You could possibly find that, but you probably would need to purchase. But you know, you could search around for it and see.
Well, first things first, we need to get towards civilization.
Yeah.
Anyone see any wisps of smoke? Are we at the bottom of a valley, or are we elevated, aside from that mountain over there?
Everybody, sweetheart.
Make a perception check.
I'll make a perception check. No matter how many orphans I gotta burn. Wait, sorry.
That's my job to
Yeah.
burn orphans.
You're not wrong.
No, it's not. I'm trying to. I'm trying to like be a morally helpful character. Okay.
Your Tigo is showing.
But it's tough sometimes. It's really tough. I don't think you understand how hard it is to do this. I've been an asshole that murders people for almost 2 years.
It's all right. I'm the same way with my character in D&D. All right, 23. So, Graham, looking, he has his he sees like the mountains to the east. He notices not really a valley, but it looks more like it slopes into a semi-hilly forest.
It's kind of like a passageway between two mountains.
Yeah, like you're not in a valley. Like you're not seeing yourself between like two sets of like mountains. Yeah.
But it's like a little passage of the like mountain range.
You just see like mountains on your east, but it turns into like hills before flattening out to like plains or at least shrubland on the west side.
Okay.
If we look at that area, I'm assuming he's just gonna like let us know about this.
Yeah.
So if we look at it, can we tell if like maybe there's not a road, but people that transverse that way, that it kind of makes like a makeshift, usage over time kind of road heading east?
Like cowpath style.
Yeah.
No. This area looks like you don't see anything that would indicate like a walking path.
No animal trails, no like.
Make
like
a survival check.
Can I?
I'll give you. Oh wait, no, I'm not trained in it, so I can't. That's another situation where I have a high modifier, but I don't know how to do it.
Can I D4 myself?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Oops.
Add that gentleman.
Yeah, I don't know why I was on advantage.
Oh, so the 9, yeah.
D4. Come on, D4.
Okay, so you got a 12. Okay. You see, definitely, yeah. Like with that 12, you would see like a path indicating deer would be like roaming around. You would have seen like a couple of broken branches, twigs. You would have seen deer scat, but you don't see the kind of worn down trail indicating that there's been like a decent amount of foot traffic.
Truly, we're in the wilderness.
Truly.
Did we ask if there are any bodies of water, any rivers or streams?
Yeah, that was exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
You haven't really seen any, but you could look around.
Mountains generally will have water if they're anywhere, so I would say we should probably head into the thicker vegetation of the pass rather than toward the plains. I think both ways will pay off eventually, but I think we're more likely to find a body of water.
The pass is also eastish, right? Looking like.
That was my thought.
The mountains would be to your west, or I'm sorry, the mountains would be to your east, and then the plains, like as it flattens out, is to the west.
But the little passage to the mountains, that's the west.
Can we climb into the foothills and get a view of the area?
Yeah, like you would see that the like foothills leading towards the mountain, but probably like a good mile or two away from you.
All right.
I feel like we should just at least get an elevated site, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, climb into the hills, look around, see where rivers come off the mountains or whatever, and follow a river. They go places.
Yep.
People need them to
Good.
shit in and drink from and stuff.
Hey,
Preferably pooping it downstream, drinking it upstream.
Goblins in your well.
Yeah, let's go to an elevated site, see if we can find some water. If we find water, I'm assuming it's one of the many rivers, and we can just orient ourselves to follow it. I guess.
You know,
South.
we're all like, we went through a few years of Boy Scouts. I'm sure our characters.
I did go through a few years of Boy Scouts.
No,
Yeah, so getting to the mountains, or at least the foothills of them, go ahead and just roll a survival check to make sure that you can, stay on a proper, heading.
I just thought of something. Who's controlling Kaido? Not Kaido. Lucian.
Oh, I don't know. Who wants to?
Did he summon his owl? We could use the owl.
No, because he has to purchase some more herbs.
Okay.
Owl's currently MIA.
Okay. I mean, this would have been a perfect use for that darn
Yeah.
owl.
Okay. Graham, not trained in survival per se, but he's definitely, gone out and about in the wilderness in his youth, so he's able.
From the woods, and the ghost of woodsman past had given him advice when he got lost as a kid.
We also spent a lot of time in the library in the past, in-game week.
Yeah, but the ghosts of Woodman past are always like, "Yo, don't believe your friend when he says that they have enough food."
Well, if there's deer in the area, I guess we could also hunt and be okay.
Raxian, no.
And then the
Absolutely
ghost of Woodman
close.
past shows that he's missing a chunk from his arm.
No.
That's a character named Chunkus.
So with that 23, you're able to, stay straight as you head through the woods. It's a little difficult if you can't orient yourself to actually travel in a straight line. But you're able to stay on a path by basically keeping a taller peak of a mountain in view and just heading directly towards that. So you spend about 30 minutes to head that way. You cover about a mile as you traverse through the thicker woods before eventually arriving at the hills starting to elevate.
How big of a climb to get to what we could, I assume, perceive as the summit of this little hill? Or big hill?
It's somewhat steep, definitely a bit ragged, so you're going to have to probably spend another 30 minutes to an hour to travel up it.
Well, we might as well.
Yeah.
We gotta find a place to go and go.
So yeah, you travel up. It's not necessarily like a strictly sheer climb, but it does take you a while. It takes you the better part of an hour in order to actually get some good footholds, and eventually you reach the top. So you're probably only about a mile from the actual mountains themselves, with the hills becoming steeper and steeper. But you are a lot higher up than you have been.
Okay.
Any water, any town, village we can see?
Make a perception check.
That would be for myself also. I mean, it's...
Okay.
My elf eyes are on, apparently.
Okay, so 20, 21. Graham and Otto both would see that the mountain... They don't see, water per se. They see a couple of ponds here or there. And maybe, a bare, small stream that doesn't really, seem to go anywhere. But they do see a lot of mist rising up from behind the mountains.
This natural
That's just
mist, or
waterfalls, I
is
would
this
say.
yeah?
Waterfalls are like a really deep valley. Either way, it would be a landmark. Do we know of any waterfalls or super deep valleys in the on the landmass?
Not that you're aware of, as you've primarily poked around in Voxfall and only like the surrounding areas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How far does this mist you would say is?
It's past the mountains. So it's to the, it'd be to the east of them. Directly to the east of them.
See, I don't know how far a waterfall, like, waterfalling on a waterfall would project.
No, let's go see.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, could we hear maybe the faint sounds of that?
Not from where you are, like, cause you're like a mile away from these mountains.
Yeah, it's like this is something I don't think about until I play D&D. Like, how far does a waterfall project its noise? I mean,
Depends on how big the waterfall.
Yeah, I'm
Depends on the environment too.
Yeah, I'm totally good with investigating this. We are headed east, so we do know we're making our way back.
Oh,
You're back, okay?
no, it's not.
Aw.
Sorry, go on.
All right.
I think we should go east. I don't know what you think. I mean, we have nothing else to lean on.
Logically speaking, if we go east, we're going to be heading closer to Vaxfall almost no matter what.
Yeah.
Because it's... Yeah.
Or I'm sorry. I meant west. The mountains are to your west, and the mist is to the west.
Okay. Why don't we check that out, just because we were in the area anyway?
Yeah, we can take a...
One day...
That should give us more info.
Yeah. And one day I'll remember east from west.
Weast.
Weast.
It's tough. It's just say Weast and you're always right.
At that point, somebody just misunderstood. And it wasn't you.
But yes. The mountains are... You would be traveling to the west. You took a long rest. It's still earlier in the morning. The sun is at your back. And so looking towards the mountains, you see the mist directly to the west.
And we can still see that landmark that Graham found, right?
He just found like the peak of the tallest mountain and kept an eye on it. That one is going to be kind of more towards your northwest than, it would be kind of to your right if you're like looking at it straight.
Okay.
Or orienting yourself straight towards what you think is the shallowest part of the mountain range. That tallest peak is going to be to your right. Okay. There we go. It's in there somewhere, and I found it.
Bro.
But yeah, the mountains themselves are about a mile ahead of you. The terrain is getting rougher.
I don't think we're really straining ourselves here, because it's not like we're running from something yet.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably going to have to range for stuff if we're not near enough to a town anyway.
Yep. Well, we do know there's animals nearby, so that's good. We need to hunt. So we're headed straight to the mess, right?
Okay. Well, that would be another survival roll, just to make sure that you can keep on track.
Okay.
It's not going to be a high DC, because the forest has thinned out.
Survival, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And did I pass, or will I need to do the D4?
No, the forest is thinned out enough that I'd say that would probably be all right. So, over the course of another hour, you're able to travel through the rougher terrain of these kind of hills here, and they're getting steeper as you're approaching. And so after about that last hour, you do approach the mountain range. They're not massive mountains, but they're definitely tall. And
over there.
Around this point, they are, they're steep. Like if you're gonna go and go over the mountain, or at least get to the somewhere higher, it's going to be either a climb or look for a path you can walk through.
Are we close enough that we can hear this possible waterfall if it's there or not, or will we need to
Make a perception check.
Let me just let me humor me here.
Okay. You're not sure. Like, the problem is, mountain range has a funny way of interacting with sound.
Is there a path around, I guess, before we start scaling?
This would be a survival to see if there's something that is walkable.
I can try that as well if you want.
Yeah, I figure we're going to kind of split up and look at the area.
Okay. Somebody wants to help somebody, you can roll with advantage.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Okay.
And you can get the advantage plus D4.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, good. 20. Yeah, so you're actually able to find it's a mountain path that looks like primarily used by animals. It's very thin. You're going to have to go in single file, but it heads up, and looks like it might be heading up and around the mountain. So you, in fact, have something you can go through.
Okay.
Trust animals.
Any order we want? Your Chungus should probably go first.
Chungus is happy to lead the way.
Okay. I'll take up the rear guard then.
Okay. I'll follow behind Chungus.
All right. So you begin to travel up this mountain pass.
I ain't scared.
You ain't scared?
Go on. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my disruptive, pointless comment. Yep.
I mean, that's half a D&D.
Yeah. All right, I'm listening. I'm listening now. I'm listening like a good boy.
It's gonna chop down trees.
After about a 20-30 minute walk, you are getting up higher. You're a couple 100 feet above the ground now. And the path is definitely getting thinner, and the wind is picking up.
We hear running water now? We're pretty far in now.
Make another perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Graham, it's hard to hear over the wind, but he hears maybe something that sounds like water, like running water, but he's not sure. It would definitely be coming from his west.
Okay. I'd say for a penny and for a pounding, we should just keep going for now.
Ian, I have a question, and this is out of character. Have we seen a map of Viderheim yet?
Yeah, you've seen at least one. In fact, I think Carter Webb showed you one.
I feel like I have an idea where we might be, but I don't know if Otto would know this.
Did Otto look at the map?
I don't remember.
You ping where we are on the world map right now?
I mean, if he showed us a map, it's safe to assume we all looked at the map.
Yeah.
I almost... Can I ping this out of character?
Sure.
I almost feel like we're in this area.
We're definitely in this region, bottom right corner, right?
Yeah, we're in the lower quadrant, I think. Well, I think we're in the lower quadrant, and we're in this area, and maybe in this little area right here specifically, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think we might be further up north, depending on if that's persistent snow on the map or if that's a tendency towards fog and clouds on the mountaintops.
Up to the north, it's a combination of persistent snow and a lot of like fog.
I feel like we would be colder if we were that far up north.
Actually, yeah. Was there any
Weather.
Yeah, like what's the temperature like?
Already cold.
Relatively, it's not freezing. It definitely feels like that early fall weather, where there's like a bit, especially farther north, there's a bit of a chill in the air. Having a jacket, or well, Chungus having a jacket is very comfortable.
Yes. Cozy.
A nice fitting jacket.
Lucian with his green cloak, also very comfortable.
Cat, why hasn't he climbed the mountain yet?
I mean, I can probably climb the mountain.
I don't think it yeah, but if you fall, that's not a good idea.
That's true. Yes, that is true. There is the RNG aspect that could cause me to die.
Well, you would just be. Well, maybe you would just be there with 1 HP floating down.
That
our
is
perceived
interesting.
River.
I guess if you would take enough damage that it would insta kill you, that come back with 1 HP wouldn't actually help.
Because you would
Right.
drown.
Because I need to be unconscious for that to work. It's just not dead, it's unconscious.
Yeah. So if somebody does like power word kill on Chungus, he's just gone.
I just die, exactly. That's a thing. All right, let's continue on.
Yeah, outside this tangent.
Okay.
Yeah, let's continue on.
So, yeah. So wind's picking up, path is narrowing. You could still continue on a little bit farther up if you would like.
Does it look like it's advisable for us to keep going? How thin does this get?
You're probably gonna have to like
Metal Gear Solid back against the wall.
not necessarily that bad, but it definitely is a lot thinner than you would like. You're probably looking at about 1 foot at most in terms of like
Walking.
the path, like as it comes away from the wall.
Is this the way we have to go?
We went west because there was like a mist up, like almost like a waterfall type mist. So we're trying to find water and see if we can orient ourselves because we know.
Well, let's keep going. Chungus can help anybody over using his amazing athleticism.
Sipple's probably dexterous enough to
I know. Yeah, I'll say that too.
get past such a
I
thing.
guess if we're careful enough, we should be okay.
Okay. So you're gonna keep going?
Yes.
Yeah,
Turns
No.
out not dexterous enough then.
Well,
guys. Turns out we walked into a dragon's lair.
Hey
Okay.
guys, what's up?
So yeah, as you continue, you go up higher. You're probably about 400 feet up above like the ground now. The forest below you is definitely has just turned into a kind of green carpet, and the wind is really picking up. The path is narrowing down. You're still able to walk, but you've also noticed that the stone is beginning to crumble under your combined weight. Not, you're gonna fall to your death instantly, but like here or there, some like stones break off as you put your foot on the path.
let's hurry it up, guys.
There's,
Can I just start throwing people across?
You wanna chuck them up and over the mountain like you're Superman?
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
So
we're
the
going
path
up
is. I just wanted to chuck them across this 1 foot path. How long does this 1 foot path go on for?
A while.
Okay, so let's go. Let's go. We need to continue on.
How can we see anything besides like the forest and need like a settlement or something, like a river? It's not like we can look straight down.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Hopefully, you see something. Please see something.
I'll make a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah. Make you guys make perception checks too. I'm not gonna bother because it's not for me. It's a -2.
Hey, Chungus actually got a 14. It was either a 14 or a -1. Guys, there's a mountain in front of us.
Guys,
Okay.
there's I can't walk on this air.
Let's get off of this path.
Okay, let's see here. So
I'm gonna continue going forward.
Graham and Otto, you do see that now that you've traveled a bit over and through the mountain range, that there does appear to be a river that is running. It would be to the west, although around this point the sun is getting close to being overhead, so it's closing in on noon.
Can we tell is this river how's this river running?
Looks
North,
relatively
south?
big. It looks, from what you can gather, maybe north south. It like looking down, you can see that the mist is caused by water evaporating from the river, and it does look like it goes into a deep river valley, as it has just cut its way through the land over several thousand years.
Is there like a fork in the river, anything like that we can see?
And
Not-
this river's on the other side of the mountains to the west.
Yeah,
Yep, it's on the west. You don't see a fork from where you are. Like as you look, north or south, kind of river just goes. Once you get past about 3 miles, the curvature of the earth tends to cause trouble. Getting up higher helps with that, but only to an
getting
extent.
Up higher is also like the end of the adventure. It feels like.
Get out of here, you little turkey.
Who you calling?
Roxanne, she's just like thinks I have some food over here.
Wait, does
Number of places.
So
Lucian have levitate in case one of us?
Featherfall,
we
maybe.
did have that featherfall spell, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Right? He used that on me once to save my life.
I
When
think
you
he
climb that
might.
wall.
I don't know how many uses of it he has or anything like that.
Well, you had taken a long rest, so it would reset. But it's a level 1 spell.
And he's not here, so we're gonna use that spell if we need to.
Lucian and Kaido have been rather quiet this whole adventure.
I know. They've checked out.
There's just a pair of fucking like pillows stuffed with straw with crude faces in the back of the wagon.
They're like
Oh,
scarecrows.
stars.
Reggie.
Where's a ringer in my rut?
Fuck the consequences. Let's go.
Consequences? You want to keep going up?
Well, what else are we gonna do? We going back the other way?
So we
It's
probably want to
either
get.
up or back down.
We probably want to
Right?
get down to the river, right?
Yeah, we want to get down to the river, so we
Yeah,
probably
let's
have
start
to.
heading
If we
that
if
to
we
whichever
get,
direction that is.
so we need to go back down, and then I think we have to go south.
Around, I think. I'm thinking we might be around here on the map.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Could be.
That's what I was thinking.
That's where
out of
you were
character.
pinging before, Ed. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah,
Otto knows this.
That's a good guess.
But yeah, I think I'm in favor of that. I think I also have some rope if we wanna. I don't know if I have a climbing kit per se, but I might have some pitons.
We can. We could also knock down a tree and make a fucking raft.
Okay, no, I don't. I don't think. Drat. But I do have rope. I'm pretty sure.
All of a sudden, this becomes like the fucking Steam game raft.
So, yeah, right now you're about in the middle of the mountain range as far as you can tell, in that you've traversed about halfway over. I mean, the
I
mountain.
think for the safety of everybody, we should probably go backwards now. I don't know what you guys think.
Hard
Uh,
to say. This is kind of rough terrain, no matter which way we go.
Well, the path is going down, so we're halfway up the mountain.
Yeah, like you're in a shallower part of this mountain range, and you are not at the peak, but like you're definitely like in an area that is getting close.
I guess we can try to get to the peak if it's feasible, and maybe there's an easier way to get down. I'm not sure. Assuming the path.
Maxine, go
holds.
see your mommy.
Bork.
Orc.
What do you guys think? Should we see the way all the way to the top, or
You shouldn't keep climbing the mountain unless there's an advantage to doing that.
let's put it another way. Do we have any specific mountain climbing gear?
No, I don't.
And I would say we've got the intel we can get as safely as we can get it, and anything after this is kind of just risking more than we should for possible gain that we can almost definitely.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is just start trying to get to the river. That's it.
Okay.
So let's go back down around the base of the mountain.
Okay.
I'm sure we can find a pass or a path.
It's around this point that heading back down, your order inverses.
Oh yeah. Like this is
That's fine. I was
Graham's in front this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think Matt planned for that just in case.
It's always good to have a strong vanguard, rear guard, and ideally mid guard, just to minimize the chance of a weak point in your line getting, fucked in half.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm scared.
So you continue traveling backwards the way you came. So the current order is Graham, followed by who?
I'm assuming
Probably our squishies, casters.
it's
Okay.
probably Kaido and then Lucian,
Okay.
Fiffle, me,
Chungus.
Chungus. I think that's.
Okay.
So,
Chungus is now in the end. Yeah.
I think Fiffle would be in the middle because I feel like Fiffle would take advantage of definitely not being
All the-
seen from either direction.
All the protection he could. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, you continue traveling down the mountain. So you're about 400 feet up, and as you keep going down, you get about another 100 feet by slowly walking down this path. So you're about 300 feet above the ground now. You continue heading down.
Yes, as long as it's.
Are there any changes in conditions?
Yeah, as long as everything's like stable, we will keep.
It has started to rain a little bit, just a little drizzle.
Okay. Proper diligence before we make any moves, so we can roll with advantage, maybe,
Yes.
Yeah.
if that's an option.
What would you like to do?
Move much more deliberately and slowly, and kind of coordinate the team through one action at a time, so things don't get out of hand if something slips.
Okay. So you're gonna go slower, try and communicate with the team of how the climb is going, or the descent, I guess in this case.
Yeah.
All right.
Has the path gotten wider now? I think this is where the path got shorter.
It's a little bit wider. You're coming a little robot-y.
Oh, wouldn't doubt it.
Yep.
Your laptop overheating.
Maybe prop it up
Probably.
so vent.
Yeah.
Okay, you're fine. So as you continue heading down, the rain starts picking up more. The wind is definitely picking up. So where before you would get the occasional burst of wind, now along with just this cold, constant downpour, the wind is howling and it is ripping at you, and you're actually a little concerned at this point that the wind might blow you off the path. You're about 200 feet up.
That's not. There's
sound
no
effects.
crannies to shelter in, are there?
Make a perception check.
No, make a perception check. Come on.
Am I still robot-y?
You're fine.
You're better. Wow.
Okay.
There
I'm rolling
is
really fucking well on my senses today.
there's a small there's a small crevice that you had passed by. You'd seen it originally, but looking at it now, you do realize it goes in deeper than you had previously suspected. You could probably fit 1 or 2 people in there, maybe 3 if you shove in your smaller members, and about half of a chungus.
Let's set up over there and put our smallest people in back so they don't get blown off the fucking path?
Oh, also, with that 23, you would also see to your east lights from something.
Ooh.
Several, probably about 6. It would definitely be like farther in the distance, like farther than 6 miles. It's really just looks like it's barely above the horizon.
Okay.
What time of day is it right now?
This would be probably about 2 p.m. Actually, you have your little time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like slowly just beyond the noon portion.
How long do we have to wait to weather this stuff out?
Well, you have to wait and see.
We can at least wait and see if
worse?
it's going to worsen, in which case we don't want to be moving anyway, or gets less shitty, in which case we are then probably able to move again.
Let's find out. Yeah, as you are waiting to see what happens, the rain starts really picking up. And, it was a heavy rain, but now it's just like a thick downpour as it's basically like just being under the waterfall. You are not only because they're not getting blown off, but also like pushed off from just the weight of the water getting in your clothing and in your packs. So you're still about 200 feet up above the ground.
Hurrah. I would say we probably want to hold here. Let me see if there's shit we can do about not getting drenched, or at least
I'm looking.
You're roboting a bit again.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No. Not particularly, unfortunately.
He just throws his cloak over his back and is like, I'm good to go.
I mean, Chungus is somewhat
Actually,
dry.
yeah,
His like coats and hat is like really like protecting him from the weather.
Can we
Lucy-
use
So
the cloak to keep the water out? That's a thought.
What did you want to do?
Make a makeshift tent out of the
like-
cloak.
Yeah, like make a makeshift like curtain or something to keep the.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, just roll a survival to see if you can like.
Cooler by putting.
Somebody who's good at survival should do that.
Who do you want to roll that?
Whoever's good.
I mean, a
It's
couple
survival.
of you guys who
Probably
have survival should do it with advantage. So, I'm sure
Okay.
2 of us have survival. So.
I'll try it.
Okay. So, Otto and Graham working together, you're able to. Well, I guess you take Lucian's cloak and do your best to form a makeshift tent over the crevice. You manage to shove in Kaito, Lucian, and Fiffle right at the front. And you're trying to cover yourself the best you can. It's meant for one person, but to an extent, it keeps the rain off you.
Assuming I stopped roboting.
Yeah, you're better.
I literally just shoved this in front of the air conditioner.
So, at this point, yeah, the rain's definitely like steady, and it's been. It's a combination of like sledding up and then picking up, and it does this for the next about 3 hours.
Oof.
How long does it let up for normally?
It lets up it does a really hard pour for about 15-20 minutes. Lets up a little bit, staying relatively heavy. And then after about another 30-40 minutes, it starts getting heavy again. So you go through about 3 passes of just a constant downpour, followed by heavy rain.
Ugh.
Are those lights still like visible?
Yeah, they've been visible. Now that you've
Okay.
seen them, they've been visible more or less the entire time.
Is it raining from that direction to the east that the lights are coming from?
Kind of looks like it. Looks like it's raining pretty heavily over the entire area.
Which way are the clouds blowing?
Clouds will be blowing north to south, as far as you can tell.
Alright. And to the south, I assume there's no break in the horizon that we can see?
Not that you can see.
Balls. I mean, I don't want to go while it's coming down this hard, but we're going to have to eventually.
I feel like the sooner we get out off this place, the better.
Yeah,
He doesn't like us.
I guess we'll have to go.
Okay. So, you decide to, despite the rain, continue down?
I would say I guess we'll wait for one of those breaks to try to do
Okay.
as best we can.
You wait like another 20 minutes. Eventually, like, there's a break, and the rain lets up a little bit. So, as you continue down on that break, path is very slick, and I'm just going to roll something quickly. Yep.
Oh God.
Graham.
Yep.
It's a combination of the rain loosening the soil in the area, and so it's like having gone up and putting all your weight on it and now coming back down. You step on a bit of rock on the path, and it gives way under your weight, and you're starting to fall. So go ahead and make a dexterity roll, or a dexterity save, please.
Dex save. All right.
Yep. Graham, you reach out to grab something, but like you're not able to grab anything. You're beginning to tumble down.
Can we make
Can any of us make
reactions
a-
to
Can
athletics to grab
can
him?
Lucian featherfall him?
Yeah, Lucian could cast Featherfall on him. Lucian just shouts, "Oh no!" and he casts. So the magic words to cast Featherfall. Graham, as you're like plummeting towards the earth.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's not use that spell. Why don't I decide on my feet at this opportune moment? If that's all right.
What does Fiffle want to do precisely?
I think Piffle took the feat Bountiful Luck, which allows him to basically share his halfling's luck with the party.
Oh, so you're actually able to allow.
Oh, no, okay, yeah, no, that counts.
Allow him to re-roll that shit.
Wait, so Bountiful Luck. Let's.
That way Matt doesn't have, or Graham doesn't have to fall.
It is not a player's
which is
handbook.
ideal.
I'm looking on 5e tools. It's apparently from Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Always looking. Okay, here we are. Okay, so you took Bountiful Luck. So okay. An ally you see within 30 feet of you rolls a 1 and a d20 on an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. You can use a reaction to let them re-roll the die. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yes. Graham, please go ahead. You can re-roll that dex save if you so desire.
All right.
Please do.
Oh, what?
Did you roll a 1 again?
He
rolled the
did.
same.
Let me make sure the macro is not broken before we
All
can.
right, well, burn that spell, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
Lucian
You only get one for
Alright.
Piffle.
goes, "Oh no!" And Graham is falling, plummeting towards the earth, and then he catches
No.
as if by like, and he slowly starts to drift down.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Piffle's
you had a
just,
few.
like, standing up on the
Astronomically
cliff,
low
like shaking his head, like you are so fucking clumsy.
All right, so let's see here. That descends.
I just love the oh no.
No.
Okay. So Graham, you're 200 feet up, and you start to just slowly drift down about 10 feet every second.
Can I throw a rope up to them so they can try to like make a climb down line after me?
Yeah, go ahead and do like an athletics to like chuck a rope with something heavy like tied to the end of it towards them.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It goes up. It gets close, but it just kind of falls down. So you're still continuing to fall.
I will try to arrest my fall if I'm not going to be able to
Okay.
expedite things.
So go ahead, just do another athletics to like just grab onto the side. Yeah. In this case, because you're falling so slow, you're able to just grab on, and you're able to. So you're about 50. Yeah, you would be about 50 feet down. Um. So 50 feet higher than you, but you've been able to latch onto the side of the mountain and are no longer falling. Lucien shut down. You have 1 minute to fall. You can get to the ground safely.
I've turned mildly Russian.
I'm not good at the French accents.
That's cool.
Wee wee.
Ho ho. I guess I'll just kind of. Yeah. Okay. I'll just jump back down and I'll expedite things for myself.
Okay. So, you fall 60 feet per round, or 10 feet per second. So, and it lasts a full minute. So, you travel the remaining 150 feet after about, 100, 15 seconds. So, about another 3 rounds. So, you land softly on the rough terrain below, but you are no longer falling to your doom. That being said, the party is now about 200 feet ahead, up above you.
All right.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, is there anything I can do from down here to try to help them out?
Well, if you can think of anything.
Moral support.
Yeah.
You can do it, guys.
We're gonna need a lot of it.
I believe in you. I mean, I failed 3 times in a row to get down here, but wait, how many times can you cast the spell?
Featherfall can be. It's a first level spell. It can be used on up to 5 fallen creatures within a range.
Up to.
Oh, so we could have all just jumped in.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would have taken 2 uses anyway.
I'm
How
sure
many
he has
do we
more
have?
than one level 1 slot.
Yeah, I'm just saying it would have taken 2 uses regardless.
Okay. Well, that being the case, why don't we just do that?
Okay. So.
That's my suggestion.
Good
Any
idea.
objections to
Yeah.
just like Peach dress gliding our way back down to the ground?
No.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. Let's do it.
Okay.
John,
So let's see here.
The
There-
moral of this story is sometimes the most basic answer is the one we should have gone.
And the
Oftentimes,
shit is
yeah.
like, wait, Lucien has Featherfall, right?
Sometimes the solution is that magic. Just use magic to do whatever you want.
like Harry Potter world.
That being said,
Banish me, poop 'em.
there are 7 of you. Now there are 6. So, Lucien counts out 1, 2, 3. Jump, please.
Okay.
I can climb if needed, so I think I have the highest athletics.
Okay, so Chungus will be on the last group.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Kaido. He points Kaido, Fiffle, and Otto. All 3 of you jump. He casts the spell. Oh no! At which point, you all slowly slowly fall, landing gently next to Graham over the course of about 30 seconds. Well, I guess it'd be 20 seconds, considering. Alright, Chungus.
Okay.
Jump on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
He jumps.
I jump.
You jump. He jumps with you, and he casts Featherfall, and you land softly. He has gone through 3 first level spell slots to do that.
Whatever. This saved
Well,
us.
that's fine. He's that's his job today.
I mean,
Well,
his
he takes
MO is
utility.
fire bolts anyway. Those are free.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, if we get into combat, whoever controls them just has to find the nearest tree, climb up it, say something abusive in a French accent, and then do fireball.
No.
No.
I am the lawyer cat.
Objection!
Oh,
Cast
yeah.
Fireball.
Bum, 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 bum.
Alright. So you're at the base of the mountain.
So I'm assuming we want to go to the lights.
Seems like the play.
What time of day is it? I would like to check my watch.
Looking
Like to
at
guarantee
your
time.
orb of
Days.
time, it is closing in on night, and you can also tell it's closing in on night because it is now dusk. It's about 6 p.m.
Is there anywhere safe in the area to like make camp and?
Right now you're basically on like the foothills that are heading towards the mountain. Like you're literally at the base of the mountain.
Yeah.
Make a perception check to see if you can see anything in your immediate area, or you can do a survival if you want to try and hunt down a place that might be. Yeah, looking around. I mean, you see some like a little bit of like rocky overhang.
Keep us dry.
That would keep it would keep you dry, and it would have like your back to the mountain, so you'd only be exposed on like 3 sides.
That's something.
But you could also do a survival to see if you want to hunt down anything better.
Yeah.
No, dude, I can do this. No, you have a higher survival.
Fucking. Do you want to give me advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Please roll once more time. Just get all those ones out, unlike the rolls that aren't going to necessarily kill you.
That's better.
Okay, I can look.
Okay. So you have 16. Graham's able to working his way around the mountain, like base a bit. He's able to find like a small cave. Nothing huge, but it definitely would keep you further inside and would at least keep you safe on 3 sides.
It's definitely good. What is the cave? Are there signs of occupancy to the cave?
Make a perception or survival to determine.
Are we there?
Jeez,
I was gonna say, are we there?
You should all be down there.
I mean, if you came with Graham.
Yeah.
makes fits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Graham sees that, like, it's not a deep cave. Like, it only goes in maybe, like, 10 feet.
Okay.
If all of you shove in together, you'll be able to fit inside because it's somewhat wider. And you'll see, like, maybe there tends to be some, like, animal tracks here or there. Nothing big. Like, looks like mostly deer, maybe some goat tracks.
Okay.
But, yeah. So.
So these tracks look like they were running from something?
Can't really tell.
Kinda
you just see that it looks like the hoof prints of a deer or like deer and goat prints.
We're not seeing much else. We're not seeing like bones
Yeah.
or major disturbances, so
Maybe they ate the
probably
whale.
as safe as we're gonna find.
Okay.
We'll just have to go in with some awareness.
Okay.
I'll just start writing my will for my incoming crit. Okay. I'm assuming this will be a long rest, and he gets his spell slots back.
Haha. Alright, Otto, you take 1,100 points of damage.
Oh no!
Yeah. So, you want to do a long rest?
Joke's on you, I'm already dead.
Yeah, so it's about closing in on night. So you still have maybe about an hour of daylight left. But the shadows have definitely deepened. It's definitely getting harder to see as the sun begins to dip below the horizon.
Excuse me.
We want to. So we're packed into a cave here.
Yep.
But we're off the mountain, yeah?
Yeah, we're dry here.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's true. It is still raining. Yeah, let's dry out. Light a fire. All
I
that
have
good shit.
asphyxiation.
So at this point, you start a fire. Okay. Well, you have a I believe somebody has a tinder kit, so it doesn't take too much effort to get the fire going. So you get some wood, you get a fire going. Begin to dry out. The rain is letting up. It's not like those thick downpours anymore. It's still a somewhat heavy bit of rain, but it definitely can determine that it's beginning to lessen as you continue. About this point, it's around 7, 8 p.m., and it's definitely nighttime.
Well, let's change into other stuff if there's other stuff we can change into.
I think we all know that, like, traveling people bring one set of clothing only.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's your costume. Like, the art team can't be expected to make a new one for you every single time.
Exactly.
So watches, how are we gonna handle that?
Oh yes, and please everyone remove one single ration if you are going to eat anything.
Fortunately, so far so good on those.
Okay.
I gotta edit this. Darn it, hang on.
I mean, maybe Eidos has you like fast every once in a while. Who knows?
Intermittent fasting. Like, well, my players gotta lose weight. Gotta do it somehow. Graham, why you gotta be so fat shaming? Damn it. Why are you stupid? Stop being stupid. Let me edit this.
Because
Thank you.
Alright, so.
Fuck's sake. I'll do it later.
Who's on first watch?
I'll take it.
Okay. Are you working with anybody else on first watch?
I guess 2 people a shift. We should have enough for you.
yeah, anybody with night vision?
I would say 1 person with night vision, 1 person with a good score per rest.
Yeah.
Possible.
Chungus has got the night vision. And
Okay,
Lucy
so me and
also got
Chungus
the night
first.
vision. Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be one of 2 things. Either Chungus rolls with advantage, or Graham rolls as a flat perception.
I'm going to do perception -2, so it's probably better if you just do a flat one.
Yeah.
Because I'll just be flat if...
Alright.
That's good.
That's excellent.
Graham, as everyone rests, getting closer to the end of your shift when you see these bright eyes in the forest.
Pretty guys.
How close are they to our little...
The forest line itself is about 100 feet away.
Graham will kind of sit up, quietly nudge Chungus, and point out that, and be just ready in action to wake the team if they get closer.
Okay.
I don't think you were. You weren't here for that. When Otto and Graham did a watch when I destroyed the idol, I don't know if he would have like the same feeling from like that spirit voice that followed us. That would be on Ian's call right
He
there. 'Cause
doesn't.
I don't know.
I mean, you don't feel anything weird. You just see like this big set of eyes that are like reflecting in the darkness.
Instead of...
At which point they jump forward and swoop down, kind of closing in on you.
All right. Graham will whistle a very sharp alarm noise to the rest of the gang, and ready his shield and hammer.
Okay. Everyone wakes up.
Chungus is, I assume, there with him. At this
Yeah.
point, right?
Yeah, you're awake.
Am I gonna? Do I have something like potentially a bonus action before this begins?
Yeah, you'd be able to.
Okay, I'm gonna enter a rage.
Okay. Chungus gets into a rage. The eyes swoop down and grab hit the ground about 20 feet like from where it was, so it's about 80 feet away from you, and then goes back around where it was previously, and you just hear whoo, whoo, whoo.
Just an owl.
Just an owl.
Just an owl.
Okay.
Raged at an owl. You scared.
I'm so fucking pissed.
They told me.
Where's that owl? I'm gonna destroy it. Okay, well, I'm already enraged, I guess.
Go chop down chop down all the trees.
So, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna just go pace
Goddamn owl.
angrily. Go do push-ups.
Well, at least Chungus is a healthy coping mechanism. Okay. The rest of the watch, pretty quiet. You don't hear or see anything else that you suspect to be dangerous.
Nice. Excellent.
All right. Who's on second shift?
Oh my.
I'm going to probably have to jet in a moment.
Do we want to maybe call it early today or something?
Leave that up to you guys. Anybody can run Piffle if you know. I'm guessing there will be probably some sort of a combat in the second hour here, which you can totally
Let us see.
just use me for sneak attacks or whatever.
Use me.
Use my blade.
Sneak attack and hide behind Chungus and then sneak attack.
That's basically the
MO,
game.
Yeah.
It's the whole
It's the
that's the whole
modus.
plan for the character.
Yep.
It's hide behind
Modus
Chungus and sneak.
operandi.
It's a good MO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep playing for a little bit longer then.
Okay.
Goodbye, gents.
Goodbye.
Later, Jeremy.
Next weekend, like I might have time to play, but I'll probably be a completely shot load. So like I'll text you Sunday and like let you know where my head's at or if it exists.
Oh, that might be a funny Jeremy to play with. Though.
It might, but I might also just be like totally useless. So I'll let you
Okay.
guys know.
Hopefully we're in town for this.
All right.
Okay.
Chaos reigns.
Okay. So who wants to be on second shift? I
Does Biffle have like night vision?
No, but Lucian does, so let's put him on second shift.
okay.
What would third shift be? I'm just trying to think like at what point would you like is it starting to get lighter at third shift?
At the end of third shift it would. So you'd have to roll. You would want somebody with night vision.
Okay.
Well, we've only got 2 people with night vision.
Okay.
So only 2 shifts get somebody with night vision.
Kaido and Lucian, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? Halflings should have advantage on saving throws against being frightened.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay.
Kaido and Lucian.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll roll for them. So let me roll 2d. Let me roll 2d20s.
I can roll for Kaido. What am I rolling?
Perception.
Well, this isn't gonna be good.
Just roll with advantage
Perception.
as Lucian assists him.
What's Lucian's perception? Like modifier.
His wisdom is 0.
Have him do it because Kaido's is -1.
All right.
Yeah.
He'll roll with advantage for that then, with his assistance. Here we are. Oh, he's actually proficient in perception.
Nice.
I just want to haha this and see what he would have gotten if I rolled with advantage.
Let's see here.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Well, Kaido wouldn't have been able to roll with advantage. He would have been a flat 7. He would have been rolling with disadvantage because of he doesn't have night vision, but
So he would have had a 1.
with Lucian helping him, it would
Oh.
have been
Seven.
a flat. Yep.
Okay.
Lucy and Kaido working together, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. You still see like the occasional owlie as they are hunting for mice or smaller rodents throughout the evening, but their shift goes by without incident.
Nice.
So on to third shift, it is going to be Fiffle and Graham. Or so.
Otto.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Otto.
That's
I was
all.
gonna
Graham was on first shift.
Graham wants to do 2 shifts.
Well, he could, but he wouldn't get the bonus of the long rest. Yeah. So Otto or Fiffle roll with
What's Fiffle's? I don't know
Yeah, this
if
would be
mine is higher anyway.
disadvantage. Fiffle would have. What is his? I don't think it's great, but I'm not 100%. He has actually a 2 as a modifier, so he's rolling with a 4 because he's
Okay.
proficient.
So he's going to get negative 2 then?
perception?
No, he's going to get +2.
I thought he was
technically-
rolling at disadvantage.
He has to roll at disadvantage, yeah. So if he rolls at disadvantage, it's just 2.
Oh, there's no negative, right? So that's a thing of like a previous version of D&D.
Yeah, I like this because it's kind of simple.
I like this better.
I think we have the same then. So if it's 2.
And he then and then he's proficient with it, so he's rolling at a +4.
Oh, okay. Let him do it.
Heck yeah, he needs to do it.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay.
You're up, I see.
So, even rolling with disadvantage, Fiffle is just like doesn't really see. Actually,
he's had a good rest.
Fiffle does see something out in the woods. As daybreak begins, he sees like a tree with a kind of just like one single tree that's standing a little bit farther from the rest of the forest with a hollow in it. And he sees something reflecting in it, and he's a little, Fiffle's curious. So what he's going to do is he's going to stealth away from the group.
Oh, God.
And he's going to go take a looky-loo.
Wouldn't I notice that he's gone?
Nope, not with that 25. And Otto is like looking at his section, and he looks back to where Fiffle was, and Fiffle is gone.
Otto's just gonna facepalm.
And then he looks at this tree, and he sees Fiffle like scrambling in, and he's sticking his head in. It's like, it's all right, guys. It's just some mushrooms.
Are we awake for that, or are we asleep?
Can I insight that?
Yeah,
the rest of us are probably asleep. I think just Ed's. Otto's the only one awake.
Insight that with a D4 with a guidance.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jeremy, but oh god, of course.
Go roll that D4.
Nice.
12. I mean, you think he's telling the truth? Maybe.
I'm optimistic about that, even with that.
Fiffle walks his way back, and you notice he has spores from the mushroom all around, all on his face. They got me, guys.
They got you.
Yeah, they poofed. I looked inside, and they poofed. Everything's kind of colorful.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was gonna also insight that.
Whatever mushrooms were in that tree that poofed into Fiffle's face, they seem to be affecting him in some way. His irises have gotten really big, and he's just like,
Can I do a medicine on him to see if, like...
Yeah.
I guess that would qualify. I'll D4 myself for this.
Okay, add that D4. Yeah, Fiffle looks like maybe he got exposed to something that has caused him to
Hallucinate?
become...
psychoactive.
He's been exposed to some sort of, psychotropic, hallucinogen, natural thing. It's like, guys,
those glowing mushrooms from like Skyrim.
Stick your head in the
Blackgate, or whatever the hell that place was called.
Poke your head in that, and you'll see what I'm seeing, man.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I'm
gonna hold up 2 fingers.
Those are wavy.
How many do you see?
2 wavy fingers. You got a hand. I have a hand. Fiffle's not doing super hot right now.
Do you know you have legs?
He looks down. Oh my god, I do.
You are now aware you have shoulders.
I'm assuming everybody's awake.
Yeah, around this point, it's break of dawn. Everyone's waking up.
I'm gonna look at Chungus. Like, can you carry him until he's okay?
Fuck, it keeps getting switched my iPhone. Of course I can carry him. He's a tiny little man.
Just like make small talk with him to keep him. Like out of character, I'm thinking like, what if these are like hallucinogenic, like parasite spores?
Las plagas.
It's really a lot going on here, guys.
I throw Piffle over my shoulder.
Ah!
Here,
It's
can we put a
okay,
blindfold on
Piffle.
him so he can like not see. Here, take a nap, buddy.
No, I gotta watch, man. I gotta make sure nothing's coming up on me, man. He got a pretty good dose.
All right, let's go. Let's head to the lights.
Okay. Well, you don't see the lights right now, but you have their
Well,
general direction.
Yeah, we have the general direction.
Would lesser restoration cover? Is this technically a poisoning?
Not in this case, no.
Okay.
Also, let's be honest. I want an excuse for when Jeremy comes back for next week.
That he has to act all high.
Yeah.
I
He said he
have
was
a
going to be
feeling-
loopy, so he's going to be loopy.
That's fair.
All right, so let's head east. East.
Yeah. Continue toward the lights.
Where we saw.
Oh, it's Frankie! Oh my god. Yo, hang on, Frankie's here.
What? Okay, this took a turn.
Tell him I got laid off.
Anyway. Okay, so the lights were in the direction immediately to your east. You would have had to travel. You'd have to travel through the woods to get to them.
Okay.
Is there any like path that looks like mildly clear for us?
Make for finding a path. This would be a survival check.
Okay.
Yeah. Graham, you're able to find a pretty. It looks like maybe like deer will travel through here more regularly, as it looks like there's a bit of a cut right to the woods as you approach them. So you suspect that you're going to have an easier time cutting through this specific way.
Let's go that way, I guess. If that's what Graham found.
And having the sun directly to your east, you're able to keep track of like your direction.
Yep.
Forest in the morning should be relatively safe as far as traveling a forest you're not familiar with goes.
Relatively. So you travel into the woods, and as you get in, it gets thicker. It's not tremendously thick in that it will like block the sunlight ahead of you, but it's definitely like even thicker than the forest that you had previously been in for resolving the dryad issue. This one looks like maybe it hasn't seen a lot of woodwork done to it. Not a lot of like logging.
Well,
We'll see our way east, right?
You still have sunlight. Like you're able to like get an idea of like
If
the sun.
Once we start not seeing the sunlight, I guess if we get to that point, can we start marking the trees or in a way so that we can know this is where we came from, so we can
You will leave a
disorient
trail of breadcrumbs.
ourselves?
And Hansel and Gretel.
Time
Yeah.
to unpimp the adventure. I pooped a little.
Yeah, I gotta wonder like why did Hansel and Gretel think breadcrumbs were gonna work? Like I imagine a bird would just instantly like start eating it right behind them.
Well, you see, children are stupid and we don't respect them.
This is true. Children are pretty dumb. I mean, if you find like a candy house in the middle of the woods, that thing's definitely like that's where you're gonna get murdered.
No.
Can we do that, Ian?
Yes, you can mark trees. I mean, right now you don't. You travel in about
when it starts to become, if it gets to the point we can't keep ourselves oriented, we can start marking them so
Okay.
we know which way we came from.
Nobody here but his trees.
You travel in, and you don't really see like any. You're not being stealthy, I imagine, right? You're not trying to travel quietly.
No, but I'm assuming we're trying to also be aware of our surroundings too.
Yeah. Most animals here, as you like traverse through the woods, you will occasionally hear or see like deer, rabbits, other animals kind of break away from you. There's a lot of you. You're big. They don't want to tangle with you.
Okay. As is good.
Don't mess with us. Don't come at me, animals.
The ground is very wet from the previous night's rain. There's a lot of mud. Your boots sink in pretty like good up to the ankle and in some places. But travel through several hours. Eventually you're able to get to about noon. And you're right in the middle of the woods as far as you can tell. The deer path that you had been following has been lost for about an hour now. And with the sun directly overhead, you're not 100% sure which way is east currently. So you find yourself in a, it's not clearing per se, but like a small little area where maybe there was like a couple trees had fallen down and like let up in terms of like how thick the forest is. So you find yourself just kind of in a small little grove of like a thinner set of trees.
We'll take a look around.
Okay, make a perception.
Yeah.
Trees, some grass, a lot of wildflowers. Looks like maybe some of them have been eaten recently. Like you see that the flowers themselves have been kind of like chomped on, and you see like teeth mark on some of the tree or like the grass.
All right. Okay, so herbivores are going around here. That means it's probably fairly safe for them. Were I to guess. Oh, if we're all good, we can keep going. Let me double check some shit.
Okay.
Nah. Yeah, okay. I got nothing.
Okay.
Ouch.
So what would everyone like to do then?
Oh, have we lost the
We don't know
direction?
which way. We don't
The
know
deer
which
the
way
deer
to go.
trail ended a while ago.
Gotcha.
So you're
Is there
trying to
any-
find
is there
the
any
way.
trail maybe that looks. Think we could pick up.
Make another survival check.
I'll define myself for this.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna need it.
11.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you're able to find like a small path.
Can I tell which kind of animals think are going this way? Is deer again?
It's a little wider.
Does it look human
Elephant
usable?
sized?
Like does it look like maybe humans have gone through here? Like
Not humans, not elephant sized, but larger than a deer.
a battle wolf that Chungus will ride again?
Those are dire wolves, and dire wolves are kind of cool.
Well, they're battle wolves when Chungus is on them. A battle dire wolf.
That was amusing.
Let's. If we don't have any other leads, I guess this is a way we could go. Is
Okay.
it in the direction we were headed? At least.
It's hard to tell, but you think so.
Is there any role that I could do to be more certain about that?
Not right now.
Uh-oh.
The sun's basically like, it's noon, so the sun's directly overhead, so you're not able to use it for determining your location. The forest is so thick that you're not really sure, like, you're in this basically small, tiny area where the trees have thinned out just a little bit. But, yeah, there's nothing around you that would let you strictly orient yourself. You simply think this is the direction you want to go.
Can we... Oh, no, he's high. I was going to say we could send somebody up a tree.
I mean, you have a cat.
Lucian.
Lucian can climb.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to roll for it.
Let's deploy Lucian.
Deploy the Lucian.
Deploy Tactical Lucian.
Yeah.
Deploy Tactical Lucian Mark 5.
Lucian climbs up a tree. Falls when he can find. There is... Actually, let me check with Lucian. Actually, I can roll as him.
There is trees.
There are
for
trees.
miles.
We have found stairs.
I will take a look. I see.
Can I D4 him?
You'd have to climb up with him
You
to
okay?
do that.
Could I do it before he went up?
It's because it's gonna take. Actually, yeah, probably if he climbed, he'd have to make an athletics in order to like climb up to the top within that 1 minute time frame. So you can either climb up at least halfway in order to like give him that.
Can I guidance him? He makes the athletics roll. If he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. He doesn't get it.
So you want to guidance him and have him make the athletics roll?
And if he fails, he doesn't make it in time. I would assume he would try.
Okay.
He doesn't make it.
Okay, so you want to guidance him and then have him. Okay, it's like, all right, Otto, you guidance me, and I shall climb up the tree as quick as I can.
Okay. Let's see if he.
Okay,
see if he-
you cast
yeah.
guidance. He does his best to climb up. It's a tall tree, mind. This isn't like a small little tree. This is like about 100 feet tall. He's gonna add his D4.
Oh
Great.
Jesus Christ!
He's gonna add
Okay.
the D4. 4. No.
He's not gonna make it.
He gets to the top.
And he'll do his.
He gets to the 12. He comes back down. He's like, Otto, a thought occurs to me. The guidance, it works only once, and then you have to cast it again.
I was going for is he doesn't use the guidance on the athletics, but I don't know mechanically how that would work.
But he could have tried it, yeah. Like he as long as he did it within the 1 minute. So, unfortunately, Lucian didn't quite understand, and also he rolled a 1.
No, as soon as he rolled a 1, I knew he wasn't gonna make that within like half an hour.
No matter what. Yeah, exactly.
He took like a small cat nap on the branch as he got tired.
Yeah, he got distracted by catnip.
So, there
I say
is
farm.
there are trees all around.
Do you see the light? Did you see the lights from the previous day that Graham saw? I'm talking.
No.
the PC version of Lucy.
I saw the tower.
The tower.
The Boxfall Tower?
No. I saw the tower from the town.
Fuck yeah, let's go that way. Which way is it, buddy?
That way? That way.
Which way did he point?
To a point you think kind of same direction that the trail you had picked up was.
Okay.
That is east. That is that is west.
We have to kill the.
Diane East.
I have a feeling it's a different tower, but let's go.
Yeah, we going.
Are you following the trail that Otto found?
Might as
If
well.
it's in the same general
Yes, we
direction
are.
we pointed to.
Same general direction, yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I have a feeling he found like another town's like tower.
As you travel along the trail, you eventually come across a half-eaten deer.
Oh, good.
What does it look like it was eaten by?
Yeah. Survivals, here we go.
Roll. This would be a nature check if you want to determine what it's eaten by.
Let me investigate it, guys.
You better than me. Never mind.
You're both equally
Nope.
investigating.
Equally bad.
We're both shit.
It's just like a pair of cops, just like
I know
standing around a
about
corpse,
animals.
like drinking some coffee. Yep.
Can I,
It was a big fat guy who sat on it.
Can I nature check it based off of stories I've heard as like when my previous life as a bartender?
You could try rolling a nature check to see.
And I'll D4 myself.
Okay.
Nice.
Add that D4.
Nice.
18. It looks like probably he was eaten by a bear.
Oh, good.
A point at Chungus's
A
little
normal bear?
medallion talisman. Is like, that guy's mother probably ate it.
I'm a bear.
Your angry spirit animal friend ate it. So there's bears in the area.
Arius, Charius, Barius, Nefarious, Smith.
Damn. It's Eminem. All right, we continue down the path.
Just keep an eye out for bears or anything that might think.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for signs.
Yeah, we're good. Let's keep on.
And dryads.
Okay.
Also, Kaido's not here, so I can say forest fire.
Just get it out.
You didn't.
Just get it out right now, so you don't have to worry about it next week.
No, I'm not gonna say anything about fires, like in character. Nothing at all. I've learned my lesson.
Here.
Okay. So you continue down the path. We're at this point, getting a couple more hours, so you can determine that the sun is beginning to set towards the west now, so you're at least going to get a better idea of that.
Okay.
You're still pretty thick in the forest, and you lose the trail you've been following that looks like probably set by some kind of bear.
Is there another clearing we've gotten to, or?
No, not now. It looks pretty well like the forest has just grown and not been managed in any way.
We can still see the sun?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's not a thick forest that, like, the trees block out the actual sun itself.
So we're at least heading in the right direction still.
Yeah, let's keep pushing east then.
Okay.
And keep our wits about us.
Okay.
I stole a gram line.
Keep your wits about you.
That's like good. I'm a good influence in his life finally.
It burns.
Okay. So you travel, continuing down. Make another survival to keep just going, like, in a steady... Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think he's got it.
So, Graham, you're able to not necessarily find a trail, but at least are able to find a bit of the forest where you can continue traveling roughly east and have it be generally not like a really difficult like trip through. So you're able to shave off what would have been probably a couple of hours of just like rough travel through the forest by finding like just path of least resistance.
Nice.
What a hero.
Um,
Are you sure you weren't a ranger in a previous life?
I took care of horses. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe you should have talked to the animals instead of Chungus.
Takes a little bit, so it's getting around 5 p.m. now, and the forest looks like it's thinning out a bit.
All right, making headway. Let's keep going.
Okay.
I want to get out of the forest before nighttime. That's for sure.
Just
we
make
can.
me one last survival roll. Okay. Yeah, Graham, forest is thinning out. You are sure of the way you need to go. Sun, it's getting closer to dusk, but and as it's getting a little darker, you begin to see that light again.
Ah, good.
What is it?
A few miles.
We can probably make it there.
Yep.
Question: is Fiffle still high?
Yeah. Fiffle's has not come down. Fiffle took like 10 hits of acid in one go.
I just wanted that. I just wanted that on the official record that he's
His
still
Constitution saving throw was that's adorable.
Yeah, it's like
impossible.
Fiffle's gonna probably be out for 3 days.
Fine. Okay, yeah.
But if we learned, shiny is not always good.
Oh, I mean, he got a silver out of the deal, mind. In fact, I'll just add that to his character sheet real quick.
That's what he saw.
Yeah.
And the guy he stole that silver from the left of there is chasing him right now. It's a bounty hunter.
Fiffle's not sure why there was a silver and a tree with a bunch of drugs, but Fiffle's a little too high to really comprehend anything right now. Fiffle has been just every so often, like screaming, like a low scream for about a minute's time as you travel through the woods.
God, no wonder there's no animals like nearby. He's scaring them.
Ah!
Dear
Ah!
You should make them do a roll like at a negative like 8 or something. Probably pass. So yeah, so let's keep going.
Okay, so it takes you the last few hours, but you eventually you traveled about a good. Yeah, you probably like traveled. So you just pushed right through the whole day. So go ahead and everyone just make a Constitution roll, with the exception of Fiffle, who is being carried. Okay, Chungus is fine.
Let's see.
Graham is not. Just add a some exhaustion, just one.
Okay.
Otto is fine.
No, that's
What page do you track
Yeah,
exhaustion?
that was Kaido. You did that right. I see Kaido's name under it.
Or yes, I'm sorry, Kaido is fine.
Otto.
Actually, let me check my test sheet just for such a. Otto is fine.
Kaido, okay.
I don't remember where fatigue is or
Uh,
exhaustion.
I think it's a tick.
Exhaustion.
I thought I saw a tick. For
No, you have to roll a disadvantage when you're exhausted. I think in some things.
No, I thought there was like an exhaustion like field.
I
swear
can't
saw it
remember.
at one point.
But
Exhaustion 5e.
yeah, you.
Conditions. It's under conditions.
Oh, and actually, let me lower for Lucian.
Charmed, incapacitated, petrified.
Let's see how this works for him.
Strength, conscious exhaustion. 1 disadvantage on ability checks. 2 speed halved. 3 disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. So literally, 1 level of exhaustion is just disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucian just sees Graham's pushing forward and doesn't quite realize how like hard he's pushed himself. But as
Level 6 of exhaustion is death.
yeah,
I think we'll be good because we're not gonna push ourselves up that ridiculously. Well, to be fair, I think Fiffle right now would push himself to exhaustion death if he could.
right now, yeah, Fiffle, if he wasn't being like held by Chungus,
We're
would.
trip sitting him.
Yes, he'll be fine.
But eventually, Graham, you manage to get out of the woods and you see large buildings up ahead. Looks like a larger city or town.
But does not look like Vaxfall, right?
You don't think so?
I think I know where we are.
But Graham, you're starting to tire out. Lucian just comes up. Come on, Graham, keep up.
Like I will say to I think Otto knows where we are. Like if it's a bigger town now.
Also, I'm
Based off
assuming
of
you probably
directions.
carry the map with you. It's not like Carter's forcing you to keep
No.
the map at
I
the.
just don't know who would have it? Who would have it?
You gotta have it memorized.
I think, I think Otto knows, based off of like when we would talk to like that in one of the RP sessions. We went to the Scholastic place.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that he was jealous of the bigger.
Oh, the
better-
Starwell?
The Starwell. I think we're in Talva.
Yeah.
I think you might be right.
That's
Yeah.
what like Otto will like. I think we're in Talva to the group.
So, if you're willing to travel another hour's time, you should be able to reach the city walls. You imagine?
Yeah.
What time is it? You would say?
I mean, it's getting close. It's like dusk.
Looking at my thing, yeah. Can Graham make it?
He'll
I'd
be a
like
little slow, but he'll make it.
Let's get this underway. I'm sure we can find an end, guys.
So you're able to eventually push your way through. And after about an hour's time, it's night now, but you do have the lights from the wall. You approach the city gate, and for the most part, the gate's open. Like, they're not expecting any violence. It looks like. You don't see a lot of travelers coming through. You really only look like you're the only people on the road.
We look tired as hell, probably like overall, not like exhausted.
Yeah, you look pretty tired. Graham looks
Some of us
exhausted.
had some nice rests. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty fine.
I mean, I am too. There's lights here.
Once Graham gets a rest in him, he'll feel better.
You see some city guards there. traveling a bit late, guys.
It's not us. We saw the lights and we figured we could make it.
Ah. Is your friend okay? He points to Fiffle.
He
Ah!
He,
stuck his nose in.
Let's just say curiosity was not kind to him.
We're keeping an eye on him. We think.
He has harmless mental problems, just like me.
Oh God.
Okay. Well, cause no trouble, and there will be no trouble.
I reckon we can arrange that.
Oh, start no shit. It won't be no shit.
This happened to be Talva. We got off the road.
Yes, this is the city of Talva.
Thank
you guys
you.
were perfectly right with your predictions of where we were.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, good job.
Reckon you could point us to the nearest inns?
He points down the road. Yeah, just head like 3 blocks.
Thank you.
Forgot to tip your hat.
Tips his hat
There we go.
tiredly.
He holds out his hand.
I give him a coin. I gave him one of my gold coins. Here you go, sir.
He takes the gold coin. Thank you. Tucks it into his
You're a
pocket.
mister?
Can I don't know what a roll would be. Like, I'm assuming if this is how business is done in Tulva, you ask for something, you pay for it.
You want to do like an insight?
Like it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Roll
I'll try
insight.
an insight on that as well.
Okay. Graham, you're pretty sure this guy just wanted like a tip, and he wasn't actually expecting to get a full gold out of the deal.
Hmm.
Yeah, he just asked the right person.
He's happy.
Fucking Chungus the coin dispenser.
Chungus is giving his food out to people. He's just he is a
People
good Samaritan.
to animals.
But
Was it
yes,
carrots, buddy?
absolutely. Actually, it was a horse. Yeah.
It was 2 horses. Those 2 horses managed to con Chungus.
Yes, out of several days worth of rations. All right. Well, let's go to the inn.
Yeah.
Get everybody rested up. Get Graham's exhaustion cured.
Yeah, I'll be right back super quick.
Okay. Let's see here.
Hmm.
So, you have entered the city of Talva. This city is in a somewhat similar style as Vaxfall. It has a different skyline, but you do see that the roads are a little more narrow, a bit more twisting and turning, but they're not like as horrifyingly maze-like as they would have been in the Shadowfell. What really catches your eye and what really dominates the actual city itself is it's half of a very tall, looks like it was either a very tall like a hill or a shorter mountain, but also carved into the side, built around, maybe even carved of the actual mountain itself, a very tall tower with this bright blue light at the top of it.
I'm guessing that'd be the Starwell.
Yep. I think you're right.
But let's see here. So you find yourself heading to the tower, or no, I'm sorry, not to the tower. You're actually heading to the tavern first.
Yes.
You find it is arriving there, it's basically a sign, and it shows a table with a pig, a chicken, and a cow sitting around drinking steins of alcohol. It is the perfect butcher.
Interesting.
Perfect.
Oh, hold up, I was muted. Is this a bar?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. I have to put my notes. Fiffle was high from shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
One day I'm gonna have to see these notes of yours to see how well what everyone's putting.
I think in one of the one I think I literally do have Chungus was conned out of his food by 2 dumb horses.
That's good.
Is this also the inn?
It's tavern inn. It's just you see a sign. Actually, I don't know if you were here when it was, but it was like the sign was it's a table with a cow. Go away, Java update. I don't care. It's a sign with a cow, a chicken, and a pig, and they're all drinking beer. Or at least steins of something that you assume would be alcoholic.
You assume correctly.
There is... You see, like... There's no, like... The windows themselves are, like, the curtains are closed. But you do hear, like, the sounds of laughter, shouting through the door. You see the bits, like, peaks of light as it cuts through the curtain.
Little do these people know that there will be sound of screaming soon.
Yeah, we should probably cast a silence on him or something if he's still screaming.
Ah!
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can just. Is that like something somebody can do?
Can we knock him out or something? If
We
not,
could probably put a gag in his mouth if it comes to that.
Yeah. Or we could just like leave him somewhere in the woods.
Yeah,
It's
Mike,
not
what-
a child. You can't just leave it like it's your son.
Just leave it in the car.
it's gonna be plot twist. Piffle is Chungus' illegitimate son.
You've all just had enough of...
Aw.
You realize you're not going to be good, like, adventuring parties, so you just leave Fiffle in a hot car and let nature take its course.
Wait, got that one silver piece.
Well, on the bright side, his throat will be too parched to scream. Guys, are we the bad guys?
God, I think we like quickly became the bad guys.
I'm
I
just
think
curious
you
though,
were
if,
the
if
only
Jeremy
voice
could have
of
stayed,
reason
would you
for
have
a
done that
long
roll?
time.
Put that coin there for him to like grab?
I might have. I would have had him, like, roll to see if he, like, ignored the, just the burst of, like, LSD mushrooms, but...
Good gremlin.
Does Lucian have any type of
Silence.
anything that we could use?
Does he? Is an interesting question.
He's been taking.
Mage Hand about Ray of Frost, Comprehend Language, Alarm, Charm Person, Disguise Self, Floating Disc, Thunderwave, Find Familiar, Mage Armor Shield, Featherfall, Detect Thoughts.
Doesn't he have one
Detect
to
thoughts?
He has
No,
Detect.
does he have
Oh,
one
detect
to
thoughts. Okay.
get? I thought he had one to like affect our thoughts.
Oh, he has, like, suggestion. Wait, guys, one moment. Feefle, shut up.
Oh, that might work. Let's see, does he have to roll against it?
I'm actually curious. He's gonna do he's gonna do persuasion.
Or doesn't he have suggestion?
Yeah, suggestion. But Fiffle is just like,
I mean, I can try.
ah! See, he shut up.
He did.
Ah!
Close enough.
It is good enough. Let us go. I'm thirsty.
Continue on.
I'll stick with him if we need.
Graham.
I got him. I just slapped him right over my back again.
I'll follow behind Chungus and talk to him. What's up, buddy?
Where are we?
Oh, we're in Talva.
What the hell is Talva?
It's near Vaxfall. It's a town.
What the hell is a Vaxfall?
What the fuck's a town? Oh God!
Graham, I'm freaking out.
It's all right, buddy.
You're gonna be fine, buddy.
All right.
Gently smother him with a pillow. It's all right. All right. Just sleep. Just sleep.
I thought you were the good guy.
Ashley's dead
You're
tomorrow
supposed to
morning.
Take a nap, buddy.
my
Take a
morally,
nap.
like my moral compass and like mentor here, and you're smothering.
I'm memeing you, dork.
I
I'm not
know.
just memeing when you're like, but what if we set the orphans on fire?
Yeah, that could be memeing, and then Rami will do it, and then I'm at fault, even though I was memeing.
Examine that.
Well,
But have you
You
considered
can't have it both ways.
if you
I
set the
can, I'm a
orphans,
hypocrite.
if you set the orphans on fire, they'll be warm for the rest of their lives.
You're not wrong. So really, we're the good guys.
But yes, you
We're just warming up the people in the warehouse. They just ran away.
you open up the door to the perfect butcher, and you're greeted with a pretty full bar. It's a bigger building, and you just see definitely like groups of people. Looks like they might be a combination of travelers, like they have travel cloaks on, business people, things like carpenters, all sorts of different people, humans, elves, dwarves, halflings. You see a couple orcs here or there. The bartender is an older tiefling woman. Her hair is all white. She has her horns curled, and kind of to the back. A leather apron on. Like, come in, have a drink. A drink for weary travelers.
Graham does one
Sure,
of those.
okay, I'll come in.
That's
I carry Piffle in to the perfect butcher.
A drinks for round for you all.
if you'd be so kind, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
She pours big mugs of beer, puts it right in front of everyone, including Fiffle.
Here, Piffle, drink this. It'll make you feel better. You did a good
Chunkus.
job with that. Yes. Hello.
Didn't make me feel better.
Just have a few more. You'll feel fine.
Trust me, you're feeling better. You just don't know it yet.
Is your friend okay? Had a few on the road?
Yeah, he's not feeling too hot.
Yeah, curiosity might have bit him in the rear end a little too hard.
I'd normally say I'd have what he's having, but look at the little guy. I don't know if I'm sure.
No,
Think
he's
you
not
want what he was
having a
having?
good time.
Hey, Otto, we have a name for your tavern now, the Screaming Halfling.
Yes. And it fits the fucking.
You're welcome, buddy.
Hang on, I'm writing this down right now.
The screaming halfling.
We're
I was
actually
leaning-
accredited by AAA.
I was leaning to the drunken orc, but the screaming halfling.
That's good.
Oh god, I can already see the tavern sign is just gonna be like halfling face in profile with the mouth open. Or just the like uncomfortable looking like scream of terror.
It's just it's a picture of Fiffle screaming and the rest of you looking away uncomfortably.
It's like a dwarf fortress fucking engraving.
So yeah, the bartender just gets Fiffle another drink. So what brings you folks to Talva? I can see you come from the road.
Came through a lot of things. We got a little lost on our last job. We were actually at a Vaxfall. And,
You got hella lost in that case.
oh, you ain't wrong. We came in from the west.
You got a quite bit more lost than you know, fella.
Magic we were involved. I'm pretty tuckered.
Oh, don't worry. I know all about magic. Talva is the city of magic. We got the at the Starwell here.
Oh yeah, I couldn't help but notice.
Is that the tower? That's the big tower we saw, right?
Yeah. Stop. That's where the you want to learn magic? You come here. You got the Starwell here. Anyone worth their salt with a bit of magic goes to Starwell one way or another, whether they're students or masters.
You heard that, Lucian?
Are they purely arcane over there, or do they handle anything of the divine?
They might do a little bit of the divine. Not me. I don't do I do a little bit of the old magic trick here or there. Nothing like them. But
The greatest magic is tenure.
you could check and see.
Well, we're here. We might as well. I don't think we have any major outstanding appointments aside from getting a message to Port Carter.
Well, if you need to get a message to anyone, You can always contract a wizard here. They'll be happy to send one over for a bit of gold.
That might be a good idea. Hey, could you do me a kindness? I did
Ugh.
say magic was involved. What
Depends.
day is it? We left on, and then whatever date it was. I assume we had contiguous time.
Would be about 2 days after.
Okay, so it's been 48 hours?
No, yeah, like, you spent a day in the Shadowfell, day on the road. Like, you get out of the Shadowfell, actually it'd be 3 days, because you spent a day in the Shadowfell, you then got out of the Shadowfell, spent a day climbing the mountain, and then you spent another day traveling to Talva, so it's been 3 days after.
Well, beats the hell out of 1,000 years. You just get back there like, oh.
There's like flying cars. It suddenly turns into Samurai Jack.
With the Chaos Blade instead of the magic sword. There, that's ready for after. Do we want to?
She puts another beer in front of you. You want to drink up, friend?
I think I might as well. They'll let me cash out before I get myself in any more trouble. Make sure I've got what I've got. And I'll pay the tab.
Okay. It's going to be like 3 copper per drink.
I'm just going to toss her 3 silver.
Okay. She's like, ooh, I thank you kindly. She puts another beer in front of you.
Thank you. Raises the tankard and just has a nice chug. Just a good, refreshing gulp.
It's cold. It tastes pretty good. So yeah, you think, hey, not bad. Plus, you've been on the road for not even the road. You've been traveling through a forest.
Yep,
like you're
after
covered in
traveling through the Shadowfell and after climbing a mountain.
you're covered in like mud, sticks. You have the burrs all over your cloak and clothing.
No.
You have nature's glitter.
Lucian's cloak was soaked at one point.
Actually, that's been treated to keep like water off of it, so it's not horrid.
Yeah.
Chungus looks okay in his like
My
coat and
coat's
hat.
real nice, yeah.
He's so sophisticated. Chungus will end up being the mayor of a small town at the end of this adventure.
God.
Chungus
No, he's going to be the mayor during 9/11 and hold a picture book upside down.
I'm assuming Chungus kind of reminds me of Forrest Gump, honestly.
I might be a real simple fella, but I didn't never bring anybody into a war to kill him for no reason. Boy, you must be pretty dumb if you killed a bunch of your own people to make your daddy proud. That's kind of fucked up. Like, really biting socio-political commentary, Chungus.
Yeah, that's like Chungus.
Chungus says this.
He just magically becomes super
Like,
intelligent.
Super.
Gains like 18 intelligence points.
Listen, all you need to understand is the circulation of currency is the strongest.
Chungus gets drunk and gets an AM radio station.
You should inject yourself with healing magic.
Oh, Chungus. But yeah, so you spend like an hour at the bar just talking with the bartender or whoever's around. You've had you've each had like a couple of drinks. Fiffle has been drinking and every once in a while screaming silently into his cup. And is in putting it over his mouth and screaming into it. And then pulling it away and looking inside.
Hang on, buddy.
Are you talking to Fiffle or the cat?
Sorry, I was petting my kitty. He was
Being a little attention.
It's about 9 p.m. around this point.
Graham's ready to just go to fucking sleep. Like, we can go see if there's a sending wizard open tonight to get the message going, but then he's more than okay just sleeping off.
Yeah. Did we overhear anything like of interest to us maybe, like while we're drinking and just like relaxing? Like we weren't like actively looking to like
passive perception of everyone. Graham and Fiffle primarily. Well, Fiffle's a little too fucked to actually hear anything at all. Fiffle is just like Fiffle's going to card games and attempting to play and just yelling checkmate.
So a bar makes Fiffle feel like
That boy ain't
better.
right.
As for, let's see here. What would I got a few things Graham could overhear. Actually, I do have a few things Graham could overhear. Let me see if I got one. Una momento.
A 1, 2.
Well, actually, Graham, just make a perception. Make a perception check if you would so kindly. An 11.
An 11.
He's drunk.
Not 11, not 11.
He's a little buzzed.
Let's see.
He definitely isn't trying to pace himself. As far as he's concerned, they've had a long hike and now it's nap time.
He earned this alcohol.
He did. He's a good boy.
As he gets drunker, the flame gets brighter.
Starts burning a different color.
Let's see here. Yeah, you overhear a few things. You hear there's a couple of travelers on the road, including one man who's wearing the dark cloak of the road wardens. They're just kind of laughing. Graham overhears something about them mentioning what would they say? They'd be talking about a guy who talked a real big game and then lost his bet and just said, "His fellas is gone as the Thunder Knight."
We've heard the Thunder Knight before, haven't we?
You heard it once before.
Gone is the Thunder Knight, huh? Is there a knowledge check on the Thunder Knight, or is it not something the Jedi would have taught me?
Go roll history.
Damn it.
I think somebody rolled history previously on that, I believe.
It was me.
With Otto's assistance, that would have been a lower DC. So Graham, yeah, Thunder Knight was basically a guy who, how would I put this? So he worshipped Rygar. He was somewhere between half bandit, half revolutionary. Died a couple hundred years ago. He had managed to raise a decent-sized army and looked like he might have been trouble up until he basically got...
He died in combat.
Yeah, he got stomped at, a big battle. It wasn't even, a close battle. He basically got bottled up in a canyon and just cut down. And whereas he had managed to do a fantastic job of cutting down a lot of other knights in the area, he eventually died, and his followers who were able to escape with his body hid him somewhere. But that's kind of what you heard.
Interesting.
Now he's basically the term for somebody who starts off real strong or talks a real big game and then just fizzles out real quick.
Interesting.
Fun.
Local flavor.
And actually, mentioning that, wizarding student there. Here's the talk about the Thunder Knight. Joins in. Bard starts singing a tale about the Thunder Knight. And the wizard begins to cast an illusion spell that just shows the knight riding along and then just dozens of arrows striking, and him going limp on his horse and just kind of cycling around as the horse travels away from a battlefield. And that gets a big laugh from the tavern.
Interesting.
It's a very Monty Python, a foot crushes him kind of feel. about 10 p.m. now.
Did you want to find that guy to send the message, or do you want to do that in the morning?
Should probably try to see. Well, we can at least ask the bartender if they think there'd be a messenger available this time of night.
Tonight? Nah. Everyone's asleep now, friend.
That's about what I thought. All right, let's go to bed. Then you won't hear me complain then.
Silver a room, and you'll be good for the night.
Graham will hand over his current last silver. I do have GP left if I need it.
Okay.
When we get back home, we definitely need to split the loot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Payroll.
So as he
paid for this this house exorcism.
We got 3 open rooms, so
Graham puts down one of them.
Okay.
One of them.
A silver. Okay, I got my own room then. Does Kaido have money? Kaido has 1 silver.
Okay.
So I guess we got everything covered.
So you got 3 rooms. Who's bundling with who?
Who wants the screaming halfling?
Be quiet now.
Put him in a sleeper hold.
Just sleep.
Fiffle goes up to Graham and just grabs his face. Graham, I have something important to tell you. I vomited.
Graham can have Fiffle. Does it matter which way? I don't think it really matters which way we split up.
I'm just curious more than anything.
I'll take Piffle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have Lucian and Kaito.
Yeah. Okay.
Graham and Otto.
Sure.
And am I missing somebody?
No, I don't think so. Unless at least we won't hear any screaming.
Okay. So yeah. So you all find yourselves okay rooms on the upper floor. Beds are maybe a little thin, but it's at least warm enough. As you begin to rest in bed, we will call it from here, and we will pick this up next week, starting on the next morning. All right.
Hold on, let me write down that we need to reach out to